Welcome back, friends, to another episode of Build a Lot Acres. In today's episode, we're going to do a quick update and upgrade to the SuperSplit custom extension table. Stay tuned.
One small town New England family living out their adventures, one day at a time, sharing for the whole world to see. This is Build a Lot Acres. Please remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's video.
Alright, so today's video is going to be a quicker video, but it's going to be good nonetheless. So, when I built this originally, if you remember, if you haven't seen that video, please go check it out. But those that do remember it, when I made these drop-down legs, I actually had threaded holes so that I could adjust the height, but I had to unscrew and rescrew a 3/8 bolt. It seemed good in theory, but in reality, trying to hold this up to the right height, match it up just right with the hole, get it threaded in perfectly, was just too much of a pain. So honestly, I was trying to think of a better way, so I ended up getting these pull-out pins. So basically, there's a weld-on barrel that you weld on to the stop, and then there's a spring-loaded pin that goes in that barrel, so you can adjust the height easily with one hand. You could pick it up with one hand, and the pin's going to automatically, once it finds the hole, it's going to go in automatically. These are very commonly used on a lot of things, like weight equipment and different things where they need to constantly adjust heights and holes. So I think these are going to work out a lot better than the bolts that I had. And the other thing I'm going to do is weld one more cross member connecting these two leg holders, because they tend to want to flex in just a little bit. So the legs end up being not quite straight, which, you know, it's not a big deal when there's nothing on it, but if I have a few 100 pounds of firewood on, I don't want them to start bending or tweaking or whatever. So I think that's going to stiffen it up and make it a little better. So let's get into it. As you saw, I did add the one brace here. And the main reason for that is, you know, these holders for the legs are only attached to the one angle line in the ends. So they had a tendency to want to twist like this. Now they can't, because you got the angle line holding the bottom of them and the other angle line holding the tops of them, so they're going to stay fairly straight. I mean, you might get a little bit of a, you know, angle if the ground's uneven, but not like it was before. Before it was really exaggerated and wasn't stable like I wanted. Thought about doing one across the bottom of the feet, but then you lose the ability to adjust the feet independent of one another, and it's also going to get in the way of hitting the toe hitch and the bar on the top. So this was the best solution, I think. Well, I think that worked out pretty well. These are going to be easy to adjust, one-hand operation. Once you pull the plunger out, it's going to stay out until it automatically finds a hole. So that's all there is to it. I can easily adjust side to side. It's going to be much easier than before where I had the bolts. Those are hard to adjust. You had to line it up just right. If you actually watch the video where I do them originally, there was actually a person in the comments that recommended I do something like this. So he was right, whoever you are. If you're watching this video, this was a better solution. I should have done this from the get-go, but live and learn. I figured I would try the bolts, but it just didn't work out the way I wanted. It's too hard to adjust. Maybe if you had two people and you could have one person pick up the table and the other one put the bolt in, but it's going to take a long time. Plus you need tools, which you're going to end up losing the wrench, you know, in the woods. This is going to be much easier. I'm really happy with these plungers. I saw some cheaper ones, but they looked cheap. These are really heavy duty, as you saw in the pictures and the videos. So if I accidentally hit this with a piece of, you know, a big piece of wood, or if I run into something going down the narrow trail, I think these are going to last and hold up a lot better than some of the cheaper ones I saw. So I'd rather spend an extra few bucks and have them last. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please stay tuned for the next one.